Thank you, Dr. Sampath. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure and privilege to be an integral part of this interesting and exciting conference. Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, they all have fought for social justice, freedom, and functional democracy. There's a beautiful Oriental saying, if you aim at short term, you cultivate flowers. If you aim at medium term, you cultivate trees. If you aim at eternity, you build humanity. That is precisely Nelson Mandela has set in by his sacrifice. Extraordinary set of efforts, reconciliation before recrimination, harmony before conflicts. And that is precisely the purpose behind his drive. When he wrote a letter to Winnie Mandela from the Robben Island, he emphasized on the internal drive, the positivity, the freedom, the generosity, the determination, the drive, and the values which you have to imbibe in your internal integration between heart and mind is eternal. And that will radiate into value-based behavior, collective behavior of the society. That is his deep-rooted sense of vision and the mission which he executed when he came to power. Look at the generosity in terms of his forgiveness. Extraordinary set of commitment to society, plural society, to make sure we define all the logics when it comes to personal advantage as a common man, but he sacrificed for the sake of society and brought in value systems which is totally universal and eternal. More than ever, when we are facing a global pandemic on account of various risks, human risk, social risk, economic risk, and environmental risk, we recognize his value systems, his fundamental philosophy is more meaningful at this defining moment. Praveen Gordhan was setting a right kind of tone for this conference when he said, we live in a changing world. Changes, extraordinary set of changes are happening from globalization to economic nationalization, and nationalization without looking at the overall humanity is going to be a despair. Precisely, we are in a defining moment to understand the entire sustainable development goals were setting with the committed discipline of the value system of Nelson Mandela. Eradication of extreme poverty, that was his principle-centered focus. That's what we need to look at it. Look at today. It's not only 28 million people are impacted on account of COVID. We lost nearly 1 million people, 880,000 people, but the post-COVID impact is yet to be quantified. The food security is going to be a major thrust, and he emphasized when he was internalizing his issues. Look at the changing dynamics he brought in terms of value systems for gender equality. Navi Pillai was a classic example when he gave eminence to her profile. Universal health care, he was emphasizing it. He was emphasizing building a green economy. We are seeing today rising temperature, increasing sea levels, animal extinction. You are seeing, carbon emission today is dominating the world. We are not living this world for future generation for well-off. We have to create a carbon neutral society. That was his committed mission as well. When it comes to peace, justice within the enterprise definition or institutional definitions, he was emphasizing peace with reconciliation. It's all about recognizing these leaders like Mahatma, integrating on one thing, consciousness, and that is precisely the message. If you change your internal discipline, external dispositions becomes more meaningful and it becomes collective as a culture. And that is the one single responsiveness, true to your heart you behave, true to your reflection of humanity for bringing the parity and shared humanity is ultimate. And that is the single message we need at this point of time, and that's what we need to draw in this universal epidemic. We will take the lessons from him, we will draw the discipline from him, we will change ourselves, we will change the rest of the world in the name of Gandhi and Nelson Mandela. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your kind attention.